Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Just Fun Stuff and another Just Fun tour. Today we have the absolute pleasure of touring SHISHI Island, and I'm excited about this because it's a Wild West aesthetic that's kind of forgotten, kind of abandoned, and I don't feel like they use this enough. Like, it's an underused aesthetic, and it's hard to come by, so I'm really excited to get started and get into this island. So let's not wait. Let's go down, take a look at our map. As you can see, based fully on the map, there is not a lot of terraforming going on, which is to be expected. You're out in the Wild West. There's lots of plains and flat ground and whatnot. So there's a few little bridges. You can see a little bit of terraforming. No residential area that's really set up. It's kind of blended into the actual theme of the entire island, and I love that. And now for residents, we have Shep, whom I love, Kitty, Scoot, we have Kyle, Pashmina, Panchetti, love her underrated character, Wolfgang, we have Butch, Vivian, and we have Renee. Of course, the dream address is at the bottom of the screen, so if you want to hop on and tour along with me, that's amazing. Save it for another time, and it will be included in the description. With all of that out of the way, let's get into this island. I love it. Coming out of the airport, you see what you're in for. Amazing customs, amazing buildings. Look at the gate that they're using on the fence, and I love the railings that they're using as the fences. That's amazing. But you can see the old style houses, the ground is all broken. There's little paths and bricks and cracked everything. I just love it, and the layering. And we haven't even got in yet. We're in like the first little area. Now I did want to head back over here to where I came in at resident services because there were a few little gifts on the ground, so we do want to check those out. But look at all the little tiny houses and the different little gates that are being used. I mean, that is so creative. I love this entrance into resident services. I like the little lights and how they're not on. Because again, this whole aesthetic is kind of forgotten and abandoned. So obviously it's not going to be all lit up and bright and shiny. So I love that. The little details for sure. The fires aren't burning. But there is definitely an Outback hat and an iron wand. So let's go ahead into our inventory. Let's put on the Outback hat. All right, we are a little bit more fitting, and we've got an iron wand, so you know, if we need to protect ourselves, we are set. But let's head a little more into the island and take a look. Now, I will start off by saying, if we go this way, the beaches are not decorated on this island, and I think that's because, again, it's a Wild West theme. There's not many beaches out in the wild west, so I can see why that wasn't done. But they are decorated right up into the beaches, which is amazing. And look at these. I love the customs that they're using on this island. It has such an authentic feel. It's just amazing. Look at this. Look at the decking. It actually kind of really matches the decking on the storefront, and I love the look of it. Look at these houses. The layering that they're using and the way that they're putting them together, using not only these storefronts, but there's panels, couches, fences, the stands, there's, looks like the retro transportation stop, like everything, and then amazing customs throughout. Again, this aesthetic is one of my absolute favorites. This is so good. Again, using, I think they're ballet poles or balancing poles as the fencing is amazing. And I love this, the wagon track lines. Oh, look at the ground broken down at the bottom. You can see rusted metal bars underneath. That's fantastic. Let's keep going. Oh, the campsite is kind of tucked in down here, and I get that. Lots of the bright colors and stuff, it's not fitting in with what the look that they're going for. But again, look at these old style cabin houses. It just works. Look at how much layering is going on. And look at the detail even on the roofs. That's amazing. So much effort has gone into this. Oh, I love this little camp out area. got the little log stools, and then it's got the little fire pit. And again, nothing lit up, nothing going, because aside from, you know, the few residents that are sticking around, this is pretty much a completely abandoned town. Oh, look at this house. Look at the detail of the windows in the back. It's almost like a stained glass. That is phenomenal. But what I'm, again, loving is the detail on the roofs. Like, there's a cricket up there by the couch. There's wheat growing up there where, like, the weeds would blow in and start growing in on the roofs where they weren't maintained. I love this. Let's head in a little further. There's so much to see. But look at the ground and the customs. Oh, look at, oh, this one. It's got a gun rack in the back, hunting rifles. And then the vine chair in the back up on top of the roof. Absolutely amazing. But look at this layering. Some players are just supremely skilled in building this. Oh, look at that. A little more treasures. There's like chicken coops tucked in the back, and you can see the chicken wire in between where this storefront is turned to the side. I love that. That's amazing. This is just, oh, so good. There's more down here. I can't get over these buildings. Look at that. The broken windows up in the top. The way they have the rusted metal from the rooftops on the stands there. That's so good. There's even a balcony up top. I love the partition that they're using. This is layering at its finest. And again, can't neglect the rooftops because so much detail has gone up there as well. There's the hay bed and the log lounger. More of the wheat field weeds. Just phenomenal. All right, we're back to where resident services was. So we're going to go around that and head back in the direction we were going. Look at that. More of like a chicken coop style design. Look at the wheat fields up top. So that's where the little bit of terraforming that was done was to create an area to put that stuff. And it's all in the details on this island. Like, check that out. That's amazing. The cracked ground, the grate that's there. Oh, I love this. More of the houses. And look, just look, this has like a very saloon feel to it. It's even got like the door covered in kind of like the mossy, and it's old. The drinks are up there. There's a candle up there, but note, it is not lit because, again, pretty abandoned except for the very few residents that stuck around. Look at that. Just phenomenal. Oh, I see one of the residents in the back. There's that stained glass that we were looking at, but this is from a different angle. And again, you can get a greater appreciation for the tops of the houses. That's just fantastic. Okay, now we're coming up to the saloon, but just look at this walkway going through. Completely broken up, but this looks like a Wild West town. You've got the houses on either side or the storefronts or whatever they have going on. And look at the broken windows, the couches. This is just, I'm just in awe of the creativity and their ability to layer the items the way that they do. That's phenomenal. Okay, let's keep going through. Again, I wish you could almost get up top because look at the tops of these houses. Heading back a little bit further, you have more homesteads. Oh, there's even fencing on the top there that looks like a pile of wood almost, or wooden spikes coming up. Then we have the Canyon Hotel that has seen better days for sure. Broken windows. Kinda, the ground's a little rough. The outside's a little rough. The fencing's a little rough, but I love the design. Right down to the rusted slat fence that's on the top. The decayed tree. I love the decayed tree. I finally, if anyone's been following my journey on getting that DIY, I finally got it. So I think I'm going to have to go back and start doing some builds and creating more because I have a lot of ideas that were just based solely off that tree. So I'm super excited about that. Back to this island though. Oh, look, there's a little volcano in the back, but it looks like a pile of dirt, like mountain-like. And then there's a little house and then the cannon. Oh, look at this with the... Oh, this is like a little country church. Like a chapel. And then you have, oh, the little graveyard in behind. I love this, though. I like the customs on it. The in-between. Just the broken ground. Oh, a big fire pit. Look at the fencing right here. Like, everything is wide open in this island, which is, I mean, expected in a Wild West town. I love the houses. I love the layering. Look at the little shed, the offshoot from the house, and even the fences are layered together in such a way. It just creates this amazing look and feel. It's just so authentic looking. I feel like I'm in a Wild West movie. Heading back in. I love, again, that the villager housing is also built right in. Like, it is all included as part of the build, and I love that. It's such a cool way to incorporate the houses. And now that we can customize and create the houses any which way we want, it's amazing because sometimes you don't want those bright pinks and blues and reds, and you can really make it fit the look you're going for. Where can I get through? Heading back a little further over to the side. Kind of got like a rundown horse field. There's a little shed and shanty area. Oh, the garbage laid out. Oh, this is cool. This is where they can do some of their crafting and DIYing. That's a cool looking little area. Again, more villager housing built right into the island. Like, look at this yard. I love it. They've added on to the side using the storefront, and they have it all kind of fenced out. And I love the log look. It's just so fitting. They've even got the little suitcase sitting out front where it looks like the wagons would be going through. So they're, you know, if you're trying to get out of this abandoned little town, I guess that's the route you take. I love this, the chicken coop. That's probably one of my favorite parts so far. Although, I mean, can you pinpoint a favorite spot? This island is amazing. This looks like abandoned mining. All the tracks are all broken. There's abandoned carts everywhere. Weeds popping up everywhere. Leading all... Oh, look at it. It goes all the way to the back of the island. Oh, and then the secret beach is kind of located right behind... Can I get in here? I can! Located right behind where the little church or chapel is, and then the house. So, there's the secret beach. I love this idea. If you're going to have like a big open area, creating this abandoned mine look with the tracks and then the weeds everywhere. This is so creative. Wow, it just keeps going. Oh, and that's how you get in where the mine carts are. It's all blocked off. That's so cool. How do we keep going? There we go. We'll just go this way. And there's more to the back. More Oh, this is like a barn. So the people that are still sticking around, they've got their chicken coops. Look at the rooftops, though. So much going on. There's some horses in the horse barn. You can walk right inside, too. And there's more villager housing built right into the builds. Love that. But I love how interactive this is. You can get in and walk around in all the buildings that they've put up. More horses in the barn in the back. Oh, I love this. Panchetti. So cute. Look at the houses, the trees, the customs and the layering in behind. There's like a little shed tucked in behind there. And I love that they're using the jail bars and the fences in that rusted color. It looks amazing. Looks like there's an old, sorry, I'm not trying to push you, an old wood cutting shed here in the back. There's logs set up, the axe is set up, trees cut down. I will say the ease of walking around this island too, because everything is just so flat. It's amazing. And for being an island that is so flat and not terraformed, there's still so many areas to discover. Like, it's so cool. Hidden back here is Nook's Cranny and covered up to the best of their abilities, because again, a store like that, I think even in its smallest form, like when we first come with the blue roof, wouldn't fit this aesthetic. So I think they did a really good job of using those castle walls and the arches and the layering of the fences to kind of cover that up the best they could and create the store that way. Really good job. I'm obsessed with these customs on the ground, though. Look at this one. Oh, there's like an old letter or some sort of, I was going to say map, but I think it's a letter sitting on the table out front of the house, which again, built right into the island. Looks amazing. I love the little bridgeways. Like, there's not a lot of waterways, obviously, because this is the Wild West, but I do love the addition of the bridge because the look fits. This wooden aesthetic works so well. I think that's great. And the way that they tried to cover up the little bit of water that is showing using the hay beds and then the weeds put in, I think it's great. So well done. I love the houses. Every single house looks just amazing. And look at, again, the customs of the wood boards on the ground, and then you have like the broken up path going into the house. The windmills everywhere too add so much movement. And then we have Able Sisters and custom clothes out front. That's like one of my favorite things when you come to an island and they have the style of clothing fitting the aesthetic of the island outside of the store. And I love that they use the red storefront to kind of mimic the Able Sisters color and extend it and give it that more of an old feel. That's great. I love the customs. I love the dresses. Oh, there's even a little old sewing machine in the back. I like this grate too. I think that's amazing. So many amazing customs on this island. We have more. Can I get out here? More of the villagers housing. They're all, if you look at the map down in the bottom corner, most of the housing is over here towards the left side. We're going towards the front, so we're not going to see as much, but they were towards the back. But I love how they're all built into it. This one's a little spooky. It's got the skull and crossbones on the door, but it's still following the same look and feel, and the layering is amazing. Oh, I love this bridge in front. And then the kind of like moss-eaten, rotted out planks on the ground, the cracked ground, the wagon tracks, main house. That's so good. Another villager house. And that looks like a little, I don't know if that's like a saloon or if it's like target practice. It kind of has really bad old-fashioned carnival game vibes going for it, but I love the customs and the layering. I could spend a lot of time on this island. Oh, there's the museum kind of, again, tucked in the front because doesn't really fit with the rest of the island. But as I was saying, I could spend a lot of time on this island looking at the way that they've layered the buildings, added onto the top to create that look that they're going for, to look at the customs that they've layered and put on the ground. I mean, the inspiration that I get from this island is absolutely insane. Again, this is a personal favorite of mine. This aesthetic is, I just adore it. I think it's wonderful. Look at the little offshoot buildings. I just can't get enough. So good. What is that machine? What does it do? Okay, it's like a little milling machine. That's amazing. More of the custom houses. Again, I could spend so much time on here. This island is, it's everything. It's so well done. So much time and effort. I really do applaud the owners of this island, because the time that they put into it to create this, the amount of layering and thought that went into the plan and putting it together, finding the customs, creating everything, layering it the way that they did, the little details in keeping the fires out and the candles not lit and the lights out. It all works together so well. They've done an amazing job. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end my tour here. I do highly recommend coming and spending some time here on SHISHI Island and just taking it all in. And if you're like me and you want to get better at layering and creating the buildings like this island is phenomenal for inspiration and to take away some technique to try yourself. So highly recommend coming and checking it out. Like I said, though, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you guys enjoyed the video and the tour as much as I did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. For everybody watching, following along, commenting, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. It means everything to me. And we are going to be back with more Animal Crossing videos.